Welcome back to Alma, Missouri. We're chasing the dream. We got rid of our stave silo because we have the fermenting silo down there where we're getting methane, silage, and digestate from. So we got rid of it. We put in this little TMR mixing shed. Might have been a little off in the measurement. Let's see, a little bit of a gap, but I think we can still get our equipment through there to use that filling bin. But, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Gotta buy some more minerals for it as well, but I think that's a good start. Make it a little smoother mixing. Just kind of throw it in there as we need it. Same thing with silage, you know, hay, straw, and the mineral feed mix. We're gonna head down here and we got some slurry. Well, sorry, digestate to put to use. So we'll walk over and we're gonna get our meadow fertilized. Use up some of the digestate we have because we have quite the bounty of it. I think we're over 700,000. So we'll use the 340 and we'll get this fired up here. But we'll get this laid on pretty thick for the most part. You know, we don't need to go too crazy because it's grass, but I want to use a good amount of this to get this down and, you know, hopefully get a nice second cut come end of June, early July, which we will be using for hay. We've committed that the second cut will definitely be hay, and then we will probably go silage out from there the rest of the year. Because it's just a good bit of money coming from it. So you get about 12 miles per hour with this, not too bad. Tank's got some good weight on it. But I think this is still a great purchase when we found it on sale. It really has done the job, which reminds me, let's go while we're driving around here. So we got vertical tillage on the sale. We got a 320 Lizard motors, backhoe, or excavator. So nothing really there for us, and it's still that large cloth rake, which we have no interest in. Our rake does the job. The Vermeer. See, it's shutting off a little bit there, so it's sensing that it's not needed as much. I mean, part of me thinks we could get away being grass and the loam. Yeah, sandy loam here. Or is it loamy sand? Could be the other way around. But yeah, we'll end up dumping it down. I think we'll definitely work through what we have in the tank this summer. Yeah, see, we're getting green there, so I don't see any reason why we probably shouldn't be cranking up the application rate. I think we could go a little bit heavy and be just fine. But yeah, liking this new tractor. Definitely got some power to it. Like I said, it's in the 400 horse. But it's good because, you know, nothing wrong with articulating tractors, but it's nice to just have the four-wheel just straight up pulling, not doing the zigzag. You know, if I let course play or auto drive take over, I know it's not going to be as wonky. Even though, don't get me wrong, this tank, even though it does have the turning capacity, it can get a little wonky on its own. But probably should have set up a GPS here, but we're just gonna kind of freehand it. You know, one time around was about 40%, so we'll definitely go through a tank or two, I think. Don't think that'll be a problem. But yeah, back to the GPS. So I always use Wopser's GPS. Recently, the farm sim guy go check out his channel and the video he posted. Talked about vehicle control add-on. That does some pretty cool things, especially with his new dashboard that he set up for the Fendt. I mean, I would probably use that dashboard because I do use some dashboard. I would probably use that Fendt even with other tractors because it's a nice dashboard. And having the option to tell it to go one extra row over and auto turn itself when it gets to the end of the headland is even better. And as far as I'm concerned, as a content creator, that is a great opportunity too, because if you're a time-lapser, it's definitely a tool you should be using, in my opinion, because those are some of the hardest shots to get. And if you can just focus on the camera and allow it to know that at the end of the headland it's going to turn over, or it's going to turn 2 rows down, and it's not going to jag up, and you don't have to time it right, so on and so forth, I think it helps you. But yeah, so we're landing on pretty good. There's a few spots on this field I'm noticing now that it's definitely putting down, like right there, peaking up a little bit. I should have probably went through and smoothed the field out a little bit as well, just so it's a little easier next time we have to run the silage harvester. And we're gonna get some rain. I probably should stop. However, I don't think I am. Worst case scenario, we'll roll the field. We'll go get a heavy weighted roller and we'll come out here and roll the field and try to tidy it up. But I think if we go nice and easy, we shouldn't rut this field up too bad. And now there's some there, as you can see, my tire tracks. A couple spots we missed when we planted grass seed as well. But I'd say overall, we should be fine. Probably should go to the other end and work that first and then come back towards the barn. Make the trips a little bit easier at the end. So, never noticed this, by the way. Check out the overflow. A little bit of splash, a little dirt to it. Very well done by Jono46. But yeah, not sure how long the storm's supposed to last. But we are gonna keep moving on. Like I said, I want to get this done. You know, it's kind of one of those in-between months again, or in-between periods, because we've planted. We're waiting to harvest our crops, which should be July if I'm not mistaken. Right now we're, you know, just watching our money go up because we've got our fermenting station going right there, creating silage, methane, and more digestate. And then we have our mini BGA, which is processing the silage and turning that into electricity, methane, and digestate. So it's a full card going right now, but it'll keep a pretty steady income going for us. That's why I really wanted to purchase this field, just because it's pretty square, pretty straightforward, and it'll help us. So here you're starting to see our percentages go up. We're about to run out, so we'll run back and load up again. Really haven't made a solid path in here yet, which I need to figure out. The other thing I noticed, unless I hit the stop sign and it's just not here, there's no stop sign on this side. So I'm just going to cruise right through. But I'm excited to put that TMR building to use. I think it'll be good for us. Looks like it's really starting to rain now. Get under here. And we will fill this up again. Actually, I want to take a look. Let's go in here. So that one's up to 13,000. That's what we got currently fermenting. So not bad. We need to go buy some mineral feed. That is the next challenge I kind of got to work on. Over here, down to 29,000, a little above. But we have 751,000 liters of digestate. And it is only going up once we get done filling. It's going to go right back up. So we might have to figure that out. Because we might be going... We're producing pretty quick, I guess, is the way to put it. And even with that break, when we hay instead of putting silage in, we will still be kind of chasing and hoping to stay ahead of the digestate, which I'm starting to worry that we might not. So we may have to put in a tank system. Probably should have stayed within the same tire tracks to reduce everything, but it's alright. So, looking at it, we might only fill up twice. So we'll get this in the gear, get it set on cruise, and we are going. Dropping more digestate. It's crazy, it's May 2nd, 59 degrees. I felt like when we were in April it was warmer. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but... So that's the little lump right there I just saw, by the way, that we need to possibly smooth out down the road. I didn't realize it kind of dropped off like that there. But yeah, looking at it right now, I mean, we're almost half done the field already with just one tank, so we might be done. But I'm wondering, maybe we can find some fertilizer contracts. We can run slurry on that. So maybe that's what we'll look at the rest of this episode. And I keep saying slurry because I'm just so used to these being slurry tankers. But digestate. So we'll get that turned around. But yeah, we're 86% left in here still. I think we're going to be able to finish this field with just 2 tanks, which is crazy in an extent to itself. Got to figure out what we're going to use the rest of this on, because we don't have that many large fields. Though I have thought, you know, we keep the ones we have with corn and soybean where they are, which they don't really need much for fertilization. But if we're able to buy another large field, like the one right across the road over there, not field 17 straight up, but the one to the left, field 18 I think it is, I think we would put down a bunch, and I think we would then utilize, we'd go to a grain, whether it be sorghum, wheat, oat, barley, try to find something profitable and that would allow us to have straw. Which is where winter rye comes in. So now, nothing, I mean, so we could see like the darker outline starting to form. Now look at the top of that slurry spreader. Caked right on there. Those little details, to me, that go a long way with mods. I know this episode is more, seems to be me talking, but again, for some reason, you guys and girls can continue to essentially show me that that is what you're looking for. Because the last couple times, those have been the videos that have had a long duration for a watch period and had more of the likes and feedback. So I'm a little bummed that it's raining, but it is what it is. You know, it is technically spring still in the game, so gotta get through it till middle of June. Hopefully we'll have a nice solid fall, or we won't run into rain like we kind of had to chase last year. But yeah, I guess the question would be, if you made it this far and you're still listening to me go on and on and on. Being this is a slurry digestate episode, what is your favorite equipment? Do you spread in real life? What is your favorite equipment for it? You know, if you do farm, do you use slurry? Do you use digestate? Are you hard manure? Farming sim wise, what do you use? Do you do slurry, digestate, manure, same there, or do you go and get solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer and use that instead to keep up your nitrogen levels? Do you use anhydrous ammonia? But feel free to leave the comment down below. And it looks like we're definitely not going to use a full 2 tanks as we come down our second to last pass. Like I said, we'll probably take a little gander and see what's out there for contracts. Maybe we can use some of this digestate on contracts, help some farmers out. Good old tedious spring work, right? That's not too bad. Like I said, we'll finish up this last pass. Weather's, yeah. So if it doesn't really do, we might jump ahead another day to put us at the end of May. I think I have enough TMR to get us through May and into June. The other thing we need to do is we need to move our calves, at least our male calves, down to the male barn, or I should say our calf barn slash heifer pen. And it's going to be used for essentially beef is what it will become, so we're just going to call it our beef stock barn. I know it goes against the norm, but that's what we're going to go with. So that should cover that field, which is good. I'm happy with it. The thing I need to think about is when we go to do bales, I kind of want to situate it in here somehow. I haven't figured out exactly how. I think I can bring in some soil and fill and extend that edge where it starts to drop off a little more. We're going to leave this outside because this has still got a fair amount. I mean, we definitely on the other side of that field used up a lot more because of the loam. They call it loamy sand, but we'll leave that here for now. Like I said, we have to go get a couple skids of mineral feed from town. You know, the co-op might have them. I'll have to see about that. The co-op has it. Perfect. Also, here I was thinking we had no more seed. I'm gonna grab this here. Keep telling myself we only had 1 bag left, and then I've had one in the back of the truck for the last week. That next to the liquid. Good to go there. Got some herbicide over here, I think. Yep. So let's see if anything else has changed. Nope. Nothing there. So now, baling, fertilizer, liquid, solid, slurry, or manure. Field 33, Zoe Scott. What do we got? 33. That's the one down here, right? 33. Now, the question is, what is, I mean, is that cotton? That is cotton in field 33. Let's go take a gander. I mean, I could probably come down. One would think slurry would work on this. Or even digestate. Well, slurry definitely would. Digestate would work on this. Seem to always be working this field a lot. I can't remember if Zoe was the one that owned it last time, though. But, we could come in here. I think we could pull it off. Work that contract, and I would say a tank and a half to 2 tanks. A digestate for this field as well. So we'll go do that, and probably do that off camera, and then I'll see where we're at. We might be on May 3rd when we come back. Alright, so we ran into town. We picked up some mineral feed. I put some straw, some of the hay we had up in the loft, grabbed some silage from down in the fermentation station. I don't know why I struggle to always say it that way, but I still got some TMR left in there. But what I want to do is get this put in there. I'm wondering if I back right up, if that will start taking it just like that. It does, actually. That's as far as that goes. Trying to. Right, tailgate. Should be able to leave this right over here. So. Sort that. Shut that tailgate. Park the truck. One thing we need to do now is we actually need to haul some slurry. Some actual slurry. I'm just gonna back in here. Still raining. Thought we would possibly jump to the next day. We did the contract, by the way. Did not burn through much at all. Found out cotton did not need a lot to fertilize it. So we have a lot of digestate still. So gonna have to figure out something besides the sell anything mod or everything mod. You know, is there any mods out there that make it interesting or give a purpose to selling digestate? The other thing I thought about, I'm trying to think who mentioned it a couple of videos ago, you know, producing our own solid fertilizer and selling that, kind of competing with the local co-op as per se. There we go. Get this thing in gear. Swing out the road a little bit. Full turn. I think we're gonna make that turn. No. But I think once we get the slurry over here, the mini VGA, get that processed, because why not make money on the stuff you have? I mean, we do still need some kind of corn drying silo, which I'm kind of leading towards botch monkeys, but we shall see the closer we get. Probably also should have just went the other way, but hey, gotta live a little. Be cutting it close on this. It's the only catch. I should be right around here. Yep, there we go. I can run the line, and we'll definitely be filling this tanker as well. I'm trying to remember how much this holds. But there's 125,000 liters of slurry right now in this barn. So we'll let that go for a while, and now it's time to take it out and get it over there. Now, something I've never really looked at too in the farm sim mindset is, does digestate and slurry have the same fertilization effect? By that I mean, if you have 1,000 liters of digestate and you want it to be, I don't know, a certain level of fertilization, will slurry do the same for 1,000 liters? You know, if you want them both at 80, trying to figure out how to put this, but if you were to take them, you know, are they both going to be 100% effective with that 1,000 liters in that same amount of space? You know, 1 acre is 1,000 liters going to be the same. So just something I'm curious of, because I don't think I've ever seen someone actually put that to a test. We're going to drive up the hill a little bit. I think this needs to be one of my other projects, is fixing this little area out. Definitely getting some lift. But we might need to smooth that a little more. I'll run this over. I'm also glad I bought 2 pallets of mineral feed, because it seems to initially in the mix always go faster. I'm almost wondering if we need to temper our mix down a little bit. But we are going to increase the hay slightly too, so I was going a little bit less in the mixer, and I noticed that it's, you know, it's productive, but it's also going through a lot of slurry. So, or a lot of silage. Excuse me, silage. See, I'm just all over the place today, running low on sleep. Let's get this running. Eventually this plant is going to stop because, well, you look at here, slurry, still 86,000 in there. It's just crazy to me that there's that much still in there. So this time I think we're going to go on the other way. See if we can swing it and fill. We got pumps on both sides of the tanker, so we'll be fine. But yeah, I think once we get done this, it's pretty much the tasking we have to worry about today. There we go. Nice wide swing. Yeah, we can hook on, get it full. Like I said, I still want to kind of figure out something here with these bins. You know, maybe we should almost have a runoff road behind them for this truck, so we can navigate that a little bit easier and not have to make 2 sharp turns in a row. So that's another possibility for us to think about. But yeah, I think, at least for me, this does the job. So I think we're gonna do these remaining loads off of camera, and we'll call it an episode here. I know it's been gloomy, rainy. We got the Digestate spread on the hayfield, or our meadow, so that's at least going right. Corn looks great. Don't know how it's going to take with this rain. Soybeans haven't really gone over there to look at, see how those are going, but we should probably eventually take a ride down and check those. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for always sharing the content. Glad to have you all here on this journey. We continue to grow. We recently hit 900 subscribers. Pretty cool for the channel. You know, I did this as a hobby just because I'm playing it so much. I figured I'd share it that way. But you all have been great, and recently a lot of feedback, so I like it. I appreciate it. I said we'll go run these over, and yeah, that'll be it. But once again, thank you. Till next time, Farmer Taz out.